and sing along with me. We are the Eagles on the road to victory. All for one and one for all, we'll answer to the call. We're the greatest team of all. No wonder it's forever. We will always stick together. We will always do our best to see it through for the good old gold and blue. Then sing along with me. We are the Eagles on the road to victory. All for one and one for all, we'll answer to the call. We're the greatest team of all. No wonder it's forever. We will always stick together. We will always do our best to see it through for the good old gold and blue.
Tigerland, a fighting fury, we're from Tigerland. In any weather you will see us with a grin, risking head and shin. If we're behind we never mind, we fight and win. Oh, we're from Tigerland. We never weaken till the final siren blows. Like the tigers of old, we're strong and we're bold. Oh, we're from Tiger, yellow and black. Oh, we're from Tiger. With a grin,
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to round 13 of the 2022-23 TIO NTFL Women's Premier League competition. We're back after the Christmas break, and today's game we've got Nightcliff versus Wanderers. It's Liz Cruz and Stu Davis in the commentary box today. How are you, Stu?
Good, thanks, Liz. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everyone. And straight back into Premier League footy action. So perhaps a bit of a mismatch today, but hopefully Wanderers have done something over the off-season and come out with a bit of fighting spirit today.
Yeah, that's right. We've got Nightcliff sitting fourth on the ladder and Wanderers sitting ninth. They're yet to rack up a win. We've got a nice dry afternoon though, Stu, because it hasn't stopped raining for about 3 weeks here in Darwin.
Yeah, it's been fantastic, except for the wind, which has been incredible. But yeah, pretty good conditions today. Might be a bit steamy for them, but yeah, not too slippery at all. So just about to get underway here, and it's Nightcliff, the Tigers, kicking to left of screen in the first quarter.
Yeah, the last time these two met was in round 9, where Nightcliff won by 76 points. Let's see what happens today.
So just a bit of scramble in the middle. Good work in there by forward for Wanderers. Got the hand pass out, and now they're just trying to work it through the pack of Nightcliff players. Good ball handling there, but Eliza Morrison chops this one off and runs forward of centre now and kicks long inside forward 50. It goes over the back. Is an opportunity running into the open goal, but getting back defensively with the Wanderers defence, but not enough, and it's a Nightcliff goal early in the first quarter. Who was that one?
That was Tegan McWilliam in the number 8 Guernsey opportunist goal. The ball hit the deck only about 10 metres out, and she picked it up and put it through. So 45 seconds for the first goal, Stu. Yeah,
and it was Wanderers who had their hands on the ball first in the centre. Looked like winning the clearance, but some clever work, as we're used to, from Eliza Morrison. Just chopped it off and got Nightcliff going forward.
Well, she's showing her experience. She's been down in Melbourne on and off for the last couple of seasons with Western Bulldogs, and she works for the Richmond Footy Club, so she's got that high-level experience and elite fitness. So she played in the NT rep team last season.
Yep.
Very complete player.
From the centre of the ground, Nightcliff looking to clear again, but plenty of bodies over the ball, and eventually the ball up is called for, and we'll restart just forward of centre for Nightcliff.
Shout out to Tiffany Parryman, who today plays her 100th game. They had a great banner for her to run through, and the Buffs girls formed the Guard of Honour, which was great too.
It was good. Obviously previously played for Buffs and Palmerston as well, as I understand it. So 100 games over 3 clubs. So, but playing a trade with Wanderers of more recent times, obviously. So across half back was Sam Clark for Nightcliff. Just got a toe to the ball, and eventually it comes out to Eliza Morrison, who had trouble handling it in the first instance, but now receives it back by hand pass and kicks long down towards half forward. Running onto it down there was Hannah Garland. Got caught with the ball and disposed of incorrectly. So a Wanderers free kick here, just backward of centre, and it's Ivana Shoba.
Yeah, great tackle there. Wanderers looking to keep possession here on the wing, but the ball's going to go across the line, courtesy of Eliza Morrison again. Tigers have got 3 debutants today, Stu. I was reading their Facebook page this morning. Hannah Wall-Ravens, who's from South Melbourne Districts in the VAFA. Scarlett Young, who's come up from their under-16s, and Taylor McPhail, who is from Catherine South, but originally from Queensland.
From the boundary throw in, Wanderers first hands to the ball. Cagney got the hand pass out, but Nightcliff pounce on that. Eliza Morrison wrestling for the ball in there with Catherine Sutton. Eventually it comes out, and Nightcliff get it out into some space where Gigi Dadds runs onto it and keeps the ball moving across the outer side of the ground with a kick inside forward 50, and Wanderers trying to clear, but only as far here as Landwehr, whose kick is chopped off in defence by Bush. But now another opportunity for Nightcliff, and thrown on the boot down there by Megan Johnson, and the kick looks good, straight through the middle, and another goal for Nightcliff early in this first quarter.
Yeah, 2 goals under 4 minutes for Nightcliff, 2 straight goals. Coach Shannon Miller would be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, just taking their opportunities, aren't they, down there? Although, again, Wanderers had their hands on the ball first in defence, but just couldn't use it efficiently coming out, and Nightcliff was set up pretty well. So we've got a blood rule here. It's the goal kicker, Megan Johnson, coming off.
Coming straight off.
Blood coming from the nose or mouth area. Looks a little bit distressed, but I'm sure that'll get tidied up and she'll be back out there.
Well, Nightcliff's captain, Hannah Turnbull's overseas enjoying some snow. I saw on her Instagram this morning. So Sophie Hatzamalis is captain today for the Tigers. Andrea Lima, the coach for Wanderers in her first season. And Shakeen Disataj. I can never say her surname. Apologies, Shakeen.
I think.
Disataj is the captain for Wanderers.
So from the restart, quick kick forward, but strong use of the body down there. But coming back was Cagney again, just paddled it in front of herself, but lands in the lap of Hannah Garland, who kicks long, but a good intercept mark taken in defence by Shoba for Wanderers. And she's looking at options. She decides to go short out wide. It just had a little bit too much on it there for Hayley Garlett, but still in the contest now as she goes back in and reaches in, picks up, gets the hand pass out. Well, spinning out of trouble there was Hariwa, who kicks across into the danger area at half forward. Morrison pounces on that, kicks inside forward 50. She's got a player over the back in the clear. Good defensive work, but Nightcliff has got all the numbers, and this time the snap at goal from only about 10 metres out, just banged into the goalpost. So a bit of a let off there for Wanderers.
Yeah, lucky for Wanderers, otherwise it would have been 3 straight goals. Nightcliff 2-1-13, leading Wanderers yet to score at the 6-minute mark. Tadisha Bush going to bring that in for the Muck-Mucks and getting a kick away, but it's going to land in the hands of Eliza Morrison again. She's everywhere.
That's right. She's busy, and as we're used to seeing, she's running and getting to position all over the ground, but her kick was off the mark on that occasion, and Wanderers the chance to bring it out, but in the direction of Morrison again, who scores from behind, then gets the hand pass across. The kick comes in, but Bush again back there intercepts for Wanderers, goes straight down the middle of the park, and it's all Nightcliff there as chopped off. A clever bit of footwork, gets the kick in. It was Christy Landwehr, but again it was Tadisha Bush in defence, who took a nice intercept mark, and now looking to switch the ball to the outer side of the ground again, just over the head of her intended target down there, Tiffany Parraman, but ball bounces back into her hands now, but she's wrapped up in the tackle, having trouble breaking clear, but the umpire says that the hand went over the shoulder, and so Parraman will take the free kick at half-back for Wanderers.
Yeah, the 100-game player today, fantastic achievement, and earlier today we saw Jaylene Boundary rack up 200 games for St Mary's, and fantastic achievement as well. So ball hits the deck on the far wing. It's Nightcliff looking to clear it out with a handball. Just
through the hands, Morrison paddles it out and then kicks off the ground down towards half forward. Strong use of the body down there by Bauer for Wanderers, opens the path for a teammate to come through, and again the hand pass comes to Morrison. She chips wide, looking for Dads here, who has the ball in front of her, paddles it forward, and now props to try and pick it up, gets the hand pass forward out into space, and running onto it down here was Vlahovic for Nightcliff. Got a quick kick forward, she follows up again and gets another touch, a hand pass inboard there, looking for Bateman, but couldn't control the ball. And now a hook around the corner from Hunter, Matisse Hunter gets it to the top of the goal square, where under plenty of pressure in defence is Bush again, but she handles it well. Her clearing kick hits a Nightcliff opponent and bounces off, and gives the Wanderers teammates the opportunity to come in as they just try to get it out of the congestion at half back now, but it comes out eventually, and it's Nightcliff who have the numbers as the ball's smothered out there, or going in head over the ball and winning herself a free kick was Olympia Mullaney at half back for Wanderers, and she kicks to the outer side of the ground there, looking for Georgia Hajdik, but under some pressure, and then that ball almost thrown out, but play on's the call as again Wanderers looking to get the ball forward this time, win a free kick.
Yeah, high tackle there paid to Olympia Mullaney. She's had a couple of touches in the last few minutes. Gets that kick across the halfway mark of the oval, but Nightcliff are looking to mop that up, and that looks like Sam Clark there getting the kick away to Sophie Hatzimalis.
Yeah, clever switch of play there, back into the corridor and into some space, and now Nightcliff getting it out into space again. Dad's taps it in front of herself now, picks up, but she's tackled straight away. Again, a high tackle, this time against Catherine Sutton, and it's Gigi Dads who will take that free kick. She sees something short that she likes, but the kick's just gone a little bit too far for her teammate down there, and pretty clever kick in the end, off the ground.
If it works.
Straight into the hands of a teammate. So Wanderers bringing it grandstand side now. Hatzimalis down there. Just couldn't control the ball at the first instance, and strong tackling, and umpire calls for a ball up here. Umpire Harley Renzi just looking for the rucks to nominate.
So yeah, well, Ravens, the debutant for Nightcliff, going up in the ruck.
Ball spills out now, and now Wanderers the opportunity to kick Slews off the side of the boot. Unfortunately there for Meg Pullinger, and it'll be a Nightcliff free kick just between the interchange gates here, and looks like Cassandra Reeve taking that kick, kicks it to the advantage there of Matisse Hunter, who gets it on the bounce, swings it down towards half forward, and gathering down there for Wanderers was Schober. Shrugged off a tackle, got the kick up towards the wing again, and they've got numbers around the ball here if they can work it out. A long kick forward by Clasé Desache, gets it down towards half forward for the first time for Wanderers. It's a 2-on-2 battle down here, and working strongly in defence is Sophia Politis, and just kicked it off the ground a couple of times to the advantage eventually of Georgia Johnson, and Nightcliff have worked that pretty well out of defence, and Matisse Hunter gets on the end of it here and just slows things down before looking out wide, but that ball's just trickling away.
Bree Richards, I think she's kept it in.
Yeah, she has.
Bit of a scoop there.
It was all fair, and the ball's back inside the corridor here, inside forward 50 for Nightcliff, and again it's Wanderers working desperately in defence, and a high kick out of there by Bush once again. No mark taken as the ball hits the ground, and a wrestle for it at ground level, and umpire Lisa Compton-Robbins runs in, and she'll ball it up about 25 metres out directly in front of Nightcliff's goal at the Michael Long centre end of the ground. Yeah,
well, credit to Wanderers' defence, Stu. They've sort of held Nightcliff scoreless for the last few minutes, and Ivana Schober, who just got the kick away then, has been instrumental in that defence.
So a high tackle here. It's a Nightcliff free kick about 45 metres out from goal, and it's Olivia Hatzimalis. She's looking to go short, got a player in some space there, just a bit loose defensively that time, Wanderers, and Tegan McWilliam just found some space and took the mark. Well, she's already kicked a goal today, McWilliam, so can Nightcliff get their third goal on the board? It's the 12-minute mark of the first quarter. That one drifting across the face at the top of the goal square, but again strong defence from Tadisha Bush for Wanderers, and she thumps it straight down the middle of the ground this time. Lurking down there for Nightcliff was Cassandra Reeve, trapped it, and eventually they work it through the hands out to Eliza Morrison at half forward. She kicks straight down the middle of the ground again. The mark spilt there gives Nightcliff the opportunity as the hand pass comes out. Again a little toe poke off the ground, but reaching in and spinning around was Hayley Garlett, did really well there. The kick was smothered though by Morrison, who picks up, gets caught with the ball, manages to get her boot to it, and then receives back through the hands, kicks long towards the goal square. Oh, the mark spilled at the top of the goal square, puts Wanderers under pressure again in defence, but eventually they just hack it out of there, but too late according to the umpire. And it's a Nightcliff free kick. Oh, she tried really hard then, Teddy Bush. She's been very, very busy in the last few minutes with the ball down in the Nightcliff attack. So a bit unlucky, but a free kick now to Matisse Hunter right in front of goal, and she's a lovely kick. I reckon she might get this one, Stu. Yeah, experienced player now for a young age, and that's a good looking kick. I think it might have just touched the goalpost on the way through, just on the inside of the post there. So another behind to Nightcliff as we're just over 12 minutes into this first quarter, and Nightcliff got a couple early, and Wanderers have battled on pretty strongly in defence since then.
They have, and while we have this little break waiting for the ball back, we just acknowledge everyone's wearing black armbands in the league this weekend to honour the recent passing of Kane Riley, who was a three-time premiership player with Nightcliff and was playing for Darwin Buffaloes this year, and thinking of Kane's family and friends.
Yeah, that's right. He's much loved across territory footy. Plate represented Thunder, of course, and so all clubs have a connection with him as the kick comes in towards goal, but offline for a behind.
Yeah, and I'm sure that'll give the Nightcliff boys some motivation today, and the Darwin Buffaloes in the game up next. So Nightcliff 2-3-15, leading Wanderers still yet to score. It's coming up to the 15-minute mark of the first quarter here at TIO Stadium.
So Wanderers out of defence, looking to bring the ball grandstand side. The kick comes out to defensive 50. Hatzimarlis in there, gets a hand pass out. Morrison just fumbled it and then got knocked out of the way. Reaching in and picking up was Sutton again for Wanderers, but it's Nightcliff who have their hands on the ball in the middle of the pack there. The quick kick forward by Georgia Johnson, and now through the hands it comes to Vlahovic, who kicks long to the goal square. Again in defence, it's Bush working hard, just spilt the mark and put herself under pressure, but she's got some support coming in now as attempting to get the hand pass out was Hariwa, but she got wrapped up in the tackle, and it'll be a ball up only 10 or 12 metres out from the Nightcliff goal.
Yeah, really dangerous here for Wanderers. Nightcliff is so close to goal. Looking, Bree Richards looking to go up in the ruck, and Mulaney trying to get that handball out, but it's Eliza Morrison who dives on the ball and gets it. Some good tackle pressure there by Mulaney again, though.
Ball spills out, Morrison swoops, has a quick kick towards goal, but that one's floated out of bounds on the full on the near side. And so Wanderers a chance to relieve from defence, and just taking their time getting this one back in, letting the clock tick down, but there'll be a little bit of time left yet, I would imagine.
Yeah, those defenders haven't had much of a break yet because the ball's been down there pretty much the entire quarter. So the rotations are still going. Lexi Cagney and Gigi Dads, both in the number 1 jumpers for their respective clubs, coming onto the ground, and Eliza Morrison chopping it off yet again for Nightcliff.
She looks inboard, but the ball spills over the back, and an opportunity now running onto it, but just pushed out of the way as she went to kick was Bateman. It spills though here, and another opportunity, and that's a goal. It is, and I think that was Matisse Hunter that picked it up and swung that one through.
Yeah, some great composure there, just to put a nice gentle kick through the sticks. So Nightcliff with another goal on the board. 3-3-21, leading Wanderers yet to score. I was about to say, Stu, Nightcliff missing Michaela Ward today. So she's often in the full forward position, but they're not having too much trouble kicking goals.
Yeah, that's right. They've given themselves plenty of opportunity. They've had the ball camped down in their forward line for most of this first quarter. So it's been the Wanderers' defence under lots of pressure, and they've worked pretty hard down there to keep them out for a lot of the quarter, but just that time it was Matisse Hunter who finished nicely and put the third goal on the board for Nightcliff as we're back to the centre for the restart. Through the hands there of Morrison. Chance for Wanderers to clear now was the kick forward by Desace, goes inside forward 50, running back with the ball there was Taylor Kickett for Nightcliff, and she's worked the ball out to the grandstand side here to Dads, and it's a good mark and a good pass. Morrison takes that, wastes no time, plays on straight away, kicks long down towards half forward. The bounce of the ball doesn't really help Megan Johnson down there, as coming in to assist was Georgia Johnson, got the hand pass across.
Great tackle, Shoba.
Matisse Hunter caught with the ball there, and yeah, Ivana Shoba, as you said earlier in the call, she's been busy and rewarded there for the tackle, and it's a good pass coming out as well to Isabel Varney on the grandstand side.
Yeah, really impressed with Ivana Schober in this first quarter as Vani hits up a teammate there in Classe Disachi. Big kick in there to Meg D'Souza, who had first crack at it but came off the hands, and Nightcliff were trying to get a kick away, only as far as Shaquem Disachi.
So she kicks close to the boundary line here, bounces inboard, and Taylor Kickett does some good work, evades a couple of opponents, now kicks down towards the wing, and that's a nice mark taken below knee level by Olivia Hatchis-Marlis, and she kicks inboard to inside the centre square. Running onto it down there was Hariwa once again. She got caught with the ball, and no prior opportunity as it was wrapped up in the tackle, and the ball up once again.
19.5-minute mark of this first quarter. Disachi winning that ruck tap, and Wanderers trying to push that ball forward into their forward 50.
So ball spills out here, and another chance again for Varney, but Nightcliff again strong in defence as the kick comes out of there by Hannah Garland, but chopped off once again, and a long kick forward by Classe Disachi inside forward 50. Here's a chance for D'Souza running onto it now. Tries to kick off the ground. She's just pushed out of the contest in the end. Good defensive work down there by Sam Clark, and got the kick inboard, and there'll be a 50-metre penalty here for encroaching on the protected area.
So that'll take Nightcliff right up to sort of the centre of TIO Stadium here, and I think that's Hannah Garland who'll take that kick for the Tigers.
So goes out wide, and Dad's out there. Accepts the mark in plenty of space, kicks forward, but chopped off this time. Plenty of Nightcliff players around the ball as they work it through the hands, and eventually a long kick comes down towards the top of the goal square. Strong in defence once again was Tadisha Bush. Took a nice mark this time, but the siren goes before she has a chance to do anything with it after that. But it's Nightcliff, as expected, who've come out strongly in the first quarter, doing all of the attacking, and it's Wanderers hanging on for dear life pretty much.
They are 3-21 Nightcliff, leading Wanderers yet to score. Goal kickers Tegan McWilliam, Matisse Hunter and Megan Johnson for the Tigers. We'll go to the quarter time break and be back for the next quarter very soon. Welcome back to TIO Stadium in Darwin on beautiful Larrakia country for the second quarter of this round 13 TIO NTFL Women's Premier League match. It's 2023, Stu, can you believe?
Unbelievable.
We're in the business end of the season, as they like to call it, and this game so far, it's all Nightcliff leading 3-3-21 to Wanderers yet to score, which probably isn't a surprise. Nightcliff tipped to win, but Wanderers did some really good things in defence then, Stu, in the first quarter.
Yeah, they did. They worked hard in defence, just overwhelmed really by the number of opportunities that Nightcliff had in the end. But as you're saying, it really is the run into finals now. Only there's 12 rounds before Christmas and only the 6 before finals after Christmas. So it's the time to get going for teams making the run for premiership aspirations, and Nightcliff are certainly one of those.
They are. We're just watching the umpire count the numbers there. We had a bit of an upset in the earlier game today, Buffs defeating St Mary's, and we've got a really good game tonight, Tars taking on Pints in the 2 versus 1. And Pummy and Crocs as well, Tiwi with the bye in the women's competition, but an early clearance there for Wanderers. Lexi Cagney getting that kick in straight into the forward line.
An opportunity here is it's picked up and kicked towards goal by Bauer. Gets to the top of the goal square, but Nightcliff working hard. There's plenty of Wanderers players around it if they can get their hands on the ball. Now it spills out, and Bauer again has a flying shot at goal. This time it just sprays across.
It was a beautiful pick-up by Jolene, and she did work really hard in the first quarter for Wanderers, I thought. So they've got a number of youngsters in their team, Wanderers, and I know they might be doing it tough on the ladder this year, but it'll help them in years to come. And Lexi Cagney and Giselle Fijo and the likes are young and upcoming players that we should see for a long time yet.
Yeah, well, let's hope so, and hope they stick with it and give Wanderers faithful something to look forward to in the years to come. But meanwhile, they are on the board, only with a behind though, and Nightcliff have worked it outside defensive 50. Morrison gets a hand pass as she just cops a little whack in the mouth, but the kick comes forward and well read and chopped off by Tiffany Parraman.
Playing her 100th game today. She had a great banner and before the game, getting that kick in. Wanderers trying to trap the ball as a few players hit the deck, and it's Eliza Morrison once again gets that handball out the back.
And in some space there was Matisse Hunter, went for the mark overhead, spilled out of her hands, and the Wanderers players pounced on that and nicely picked up there, and a quick kick forward by Varney, but she's in the action again, runs away from the pack of players, now kicks long inside forward 50. Coming across there for Nightcliff was Sam Clark, got her hands to the ball, couldn't hold on to the mark, and now fighting for it on the ground as it spills out, and another opportunity for Wanderers to go forward as the long kick by Lexi Cagney goes right to the goal square, but working back in defence is Taylor Kickett for Nightcliff. She clears it out, but only as far here as Meg Pullinger. She kicks long towards goal, but just misses to the right hand side, and another behind for Wanderers. So there's nothing in the breeze, I don't think, Liz, to suggest that the left of screen is the scoring end, but
it has been today. So yeah, the 3-minute mark of the second quarter, and it's been up there the entire time as we see Hatzmalis run from fullback and bring that in to try and get it into her team's attack there. Nightcliff just having trouble picking up the ball.
Ball spills into the middle of the ground now, and again Wanderers players come in and pounce. It's a bit of a high tackle here. I think it'll go Wanderers' way. The umpire's signalling the other way, but it's Jasmine Forward who kicks it down towards half forward there.
Good pick up by Mulaney under pressure, gets the handball away to the advantage of Meg Pullinger, but Nightcliff working hard there, trying to get the ball back.
Quick kick out of defence by Hatzmalis, but again it's Wanderers just trying to tow the ball along to her advantage was Jasmine Forward.
Going the wrong way. Nightcliff.
Chopped off, and now Nightcliff bring it back towards half forward as ball's toe poked out, and working hard over it now as the hand pass comes out, and it was Courtney Bateman who couldn't handle the ball in the first instance, but it's a free kick to Matisse Hunter now, just forward of centre for Nightcliff, and Chance for them to go forward for the first time in this quarter. It's a nice kick and a nice mark taken as well by Martina Gunther Oliver, and she kicks wide out here now into some space. She's got a player in plenty of space, and the kick comes forward by Tegan McWilliam right into the goal square, and running onto it down there was Morgan Johnson, I think.
Megan Johnson, yeah. We used to have a Morgan Johnson.
Yeah.
She played for Wanderers and went down to South Australia. Very good footballer, but Nightcliff through Megan Johnson get their fourth goal on the board. 4-3-27, leading Wanderers are the two behind. So some good signs for Wanderers, though, with lots of pressure for the first 5 minutes of the second quarter. So they just need to keep working hard. In saying that, we were just chatting in the break, Stu, and Nightcliff are looking pretty fit at the moment.
They are, and wouldn't Wanderers love to have Morgan Johnson playing for them?
She was a ripper, yeah. She played for NT Thunder, and she was a fantastic player a couple of seasons ago. I ran into her in Adelaide when I was down there last year, so good to see she's doing well. So be a free kick here. Looks like it's going to Nightcliff in the middle. Must be a infringement. Yep, Nightcliff.
So it's Hannah Walravens who'll take that free kick.
Nope, no. Wanderers.
Bit of confusion there. So Tasache in the end gets the kick forward, and Maloney does well to trap that ball now. Swings onto the left, kicks it inside forward 50 as the ball spills out into some space here. Running onto it down there was Cassandra Reeve for Nightcliff. She got bundled out of the way, and as reaching in trying to pick it up was Shine Benton. Ball spilled out, and now toe poked off the ground towards the outer side of the ground. Good use of the body out there by Eliza Morrison, and handed off backwards with the handball, and the long kick comes out to the wing and bouncing towards the boundary line out there as Nightcliff try to keep it in. They do. Megan Johnson out there, but Wanderers have followed up pretty well to put some pressure on, but Nightcliff now the opportunity to bring it through the centre of the ground, and quick kick forward by Georgia Johnson, but it's chopped off in defence this time, and Wanderers a chance to rebound on the outer side of the ground.
Yeah, Varna Schober again. She was excellent in at the first quarter for her team. That ball not quite hitting a teammate, but the pressure's on and the ball's hit the deck, and both teams working hard to get it. So at the bottom of the pack, that ball doesn't look to be coming out in a hurry, although they're trying to now, but umpire eventually says it'll be a ball up. So just in from the centre wing on the outer side of the ground. Sache doing the ruck work, got her hands to the ball as it's Nightcliff at ground level, swing the ball inboard, and the mark's taken by Georgia Johnson. She's looking to switch the ball to the grandstand side of the ground into the corridor. That's a nice pass, and Sam Clark coming up from defence takes that mark, chips it forward to the advantage of Hannah Garland. She chipped it in again. Good team play there, use of the hands, and eventually the kick comes down towards the goal square. Again under plenty of pressure, but the hand pass came out from Bateman as Wanderers again scrambling in defence, trying to hold Nightcliff out. Hunter gets the hand pass out to Bateman again. She hand passes inboard here to Vlahovic, and the kick goes to the top of the goal square. Clever work there to pick up and swing around, kick towards goal, goes straight across the face of goal, and players a bit unsure what's going on, but it's Wanderers eventually who steady and get it out of defence. Clasey Desache kicks it out here, and a nice overhead mark taken by Isabel Varney, and she'll go back and clear out of defence for Wanderers. She chips it around the grandstand side near the wing. Running onto it down there was Desache again. Chicane Desache kicks long down towards the wing, but Nightcliff working hard defensively, but was Bridget Gilson over the ball, just trying to get it to the advantage of her teammates, as reaching in and grabbing it one-handed was Benton. Now she thumps it forward off the ground, but set up behind the ball for Nightcliff was Walravens, and that's a nice pass finding Landwehr just grandstand side of the centre of the ground, and now she
chips the ball out towards half forward, but it's all Wanderers down there as Ivana Schober comes in and takes a nice intercept mark once again. She's looking to switch the ball here. That's a bit of a dangerous pass, and well done by Hannah Garland to thump it forward, and now the quick kick forward by Tully Vlahovic, but it's close to the boundary line. They do well to keep it in, but Wanderers out of defence again, and it was Schober with a controlled kick here to Clisée Desarche. She takes the mark and plays on straight away, gets it down forward of centre now, and an attempted kick on the left there by Shine Benton just slid off the boot and put Wanderers under pressure again as the hand pass comes forward to Morrison. She hand passes inboard into the centre of the ground where Taylor McPhail is under some pressure, but working hard, but good work there by Lexi Cagney. Eventually for Wanderers, picks up and kicks down towards centre half forward. Ball bounces off the boots there and comes back outside of defensive 50, and again a contest for the ball at ground level as Virginia Cardona got the hand pass inboard, but comes back to the centre of the ground, but it's Wanderers again. Mullaney swings back around, hand passes back to Hariwa, who kicks long towards half forward, but there's no Wanderers players there, and Taylor McPhail just takes the uncontested intercept mark there at the back end of the centre square. She sees plenty of Nightcliff jumpers towards the outer side of the ground and kicks that way, and hits up Matisse Hunter, who takes a nice mark in the hands, and she keeps the ball going forward on the outer side of the ground. Courtney Bateman running onto this one now, just can't control it in the first instance, so hacks it off the ground, gets it inside forward 50 now. She's got a little bit of space as she picks up as the Wanderers defence close in on her, and again the ball caught up in the tackle, eventually spills out, but players struggling to control it close to the boundary line, and eventually it goes over.
And struggling to get up too. They're all spent after a pretty frenetic, 7 or 8 minutes of play. So we've just had the one goal scored in this second quarter, and that was obviously to Nightcliff. Wanderers yet to score a goal. Shout out to Janae Tipalura though from Wanderers, Stu. She did a great goal-saving tackle before on the Nightcliff player and has worked really hard in this quarter as Nightcliff got it in their attack and are looking to get another goal on the board.
So the hit out by Bateman just thumped it straight forward. Nightcliff with numbers out wide as the ball comes back inside forward 50. Bateman down there doing battle with Mullaney. Mullaney wins that contest, gets a hand pass in there, looking for Tipalura, slipped out of the hands, and now Nightcliff again trying to take the ball forward, picked up, and a snapshot for goal, just missed to the near side. I think that was Matisse Hunter once again. Yeah, it looked
like Matisse, and it's the right thing to do. There's no one in the goal square for either team, so get that ball over the pack of players and try and get a goal, and it's up to Wanderers now to bring it in, and Hoya Herrera will do that, a stalwart for the Wanderers football team. And also the Barunga football team, I think, Stu. She takes a group of girls down there in the dry season, does a fantastic job with the remote football program, bringing that in, looking for Mullaney, but a good fist away there by Hunter.
Mullaney again at ground level does well to pick up and get the hand pass forward, coming through strongly there. It was Clisée Desarche, got the hand pass to a teammate, but the ball spills out to half forward where Morrison, under plenty of pressure, eventually gets the ball out and allows her teammates the chance to take it forward, and Matisse Hunter once again on the end of this one just found herself in some space, read the drop of the ball nicely, and took the mark, and she'll go back and have a set shot.
Yeah, she's a lovely kick, as we saw earlier in the game, kicking that goal, and she's a lovely footballer too. Beautiful action. She's a twin. Monet is her twin sister. Another good footballer.
Kicks on the way, just floated off to the right that time and through for a behind once again. So Wanderers battled pretty well in this second quarter. There's only the one goal scored. They've had a couple of opportunities themselves, just unfortunately couldn't get goals on the board, but some encouraging signs for them as the ball comes out, and a not strong mark taken once again by Mullaney in defence for Wanderers. She brings the ball grandstand side, but it's all Nightcliff here as Sophie Hatzis-Marlis takes a nice mark, and now just steadying things. She sees plenty of Wanderers jumpers in front of her as she kicks long towards half forward, but just sitting under that, taking it casual as you like, is Ivana Shoba, and she kicks it back to where it came from on the grandstand wing. Desace in there picks it up, tries to get the hand pass out. She's caught in the tackle and missed the fist, and Hatzismalis rewarded for that tackle. Yeah,
well, Sophie Hatzimales is one of the players that we'll probably see lining up in the rep team in a few weeks, Stu, as well as Matisse Hunter. They're both in the squad. As Nightcliff get that out the back to Matisse, her kick smothered, but she picks it up and gets the handball out to Eliza Morrison, and this is looking dangerous now, but great cut-off mark in defence there by Herrera for Wanderers.
So coming grandstand side again, looking for Maloney here. Ball just floats a bit in the air, but slips over the back, and Shoba bundled out of the way eventually as Nightcliff take it back inside forward 50. Matisse Hunter, some strong work at ground level. Got tackled as she tried to kick, as the kick comes out into the centre corridor again, and Wanderers get it out of their defensive 50 now through the hands. Meg D'Souza swings around on the right foot, kicks towards the outer side of the ground. Getting out there first is Sam Clark. She's in plenty of trouble though, but now she's got some support coming in, and Gunther Oliver tried to work it forward for Nightcliff, but the ball's just in amongst a pack of players once again as Taylor Kickett has an air shot, and the ball gets caught up underneath, and it'll be a ball up once again. So
we're just about to tick over the 16-minute mark of the second quarter here at TIO Stadium in Darwin. You're watching AFL&T's coverage of the 2022-23 TIO NTFL season.
Scooped out at ground level, and Olivia Hatzismalis gets a quick kick forward. Strong work down there by Tegan McWilliam, does well, gets the hand pass across, and now kicking inboard was Landwehr for Nightcliff, and she hits up a teammate inside forward 50, and I think that's Megan Johnson again.
It was a beautiful delivery by Landwehr, and another player who is in the NTFL rep squad. And you're right, Stu, that was Megan Johnson that she hit. Big kick in on goal, but it's going to come off hands and hit the post. I'm not sure if
the goal post, but
it did. Not sure if they realise yet.
Yeah, I think the field umpires.
Yeah. Cat Weasel with the bright red hair down there. He's a legend of the NTFL.
Yeah, in his 75th season in NTFL football, or somewhere near that.
Unbelievable. Herrera will have another kick for Wanderers, been good in full-back in this second quarter.
So was behind to Nightcliff, hit the goalpost as we saw up here, and Herrera runs out of defence, has a bounce, now kicks it long outside defensive 50. Ball forced forward, but looming down there was Maloney once again, got the hand pass over the top, and then comes in and smothers courageously and sees the ball over the boundary line. Appreciated there by her opponent Cassandra Reeve, and all nice and friendly down there, and we wait for the ball in.
Well, coming close to half time, Stu, and Wanderers would have to be pretty happy with just keeping Nightcliff to the one goal in this second quarter.
Absolutely they would, and they've showed plenty of endeavour and getting numbers to the ball, which is good, and working hard. So the ball spills out the back now, and trying to back around was Landwehr. Got it over here, and again it's Wanderers working hard defensively as the quick kick comes forward, and now Nightcliff looking to get it into some space. Good use of the ball through the hands, and Matisse Hunter has a shot towards goal. That's a great finish.
That is a beautiful kick, Matisse Hunter.
Deep in that forward pocket, about 30 metres out, just off a step really, and got some purchase on the ball. It was a terrific finish, and yeah, she's certainly been one of the better players on the ground in this first half. Yeah,
for sure. A beautiful natural action she has, and so a second goal to Matisse Hunter. The score now, Nightcliff 5-6-36, leading Wanderers 2 behinds at the 18.5-minute mark of the second quarter, getting close to half time. Nightcliff just with the 2 goals this quarter, kicking 3 in the first. So we just wait for the teams to set up and the ball to go back to the middle. Everyone grabbing a drink of water, all of the pink hydration specialists out there doing a great job.
Yeah, crucial, of course, in these conditions, and they do a great job and keep the players going on the field as from the restart. Ball slips out the back and ducking back inside was Cagney. Wanderers got the kick forward and now a chance to run onto it down there by Fijo, but the ball just slipped past her as she put some pressure on her opponent, but the kick came out, the siren went, and so in the end it was it's Nightcliff winning the quarter once again, but some pretty good efforts by the Wanderers girls down there and have kept themselves in the game.
They sure have. Just the 2 goals, as we said, scored by Nightcliff. We'll go to the half-time break. Nightcliff 5-6-36, leading Wanderers 2 behind.
Quick hands coming through. Here they go, Lambton inside the 50 looking for a leading teammate and picks him straight out. And that was a good start to it. And in fact, it was Pedersen at the start.
The start of the season, as we said, he's been missing the past few weeks. Comes in now, and that's a beautiful kick towards goal. Straight over the umpire's head, and Palmerston on the board within a minute in this one. Great kick from Cam Pedersen.
Can go inside there 50 very quickly inside this second term. Jackson in there. It's come to the back of Butler. Butler with a little kick that's gone through.
Tigers get the first to the second, reduce the margin to just a point. It'll fall short. Powers in the square. Bounces again into the pocket. First 2 will be Heath Morgan Morris. He snaps around the corner. Will that go through? It will. What a goal from Heath Morgan Morris. Palmerston get their second in a couple of minutes.
A few free kicks today, Will, for my liking. From a young player as Wilson comes in and a long way out. It's a great looking kick off the boot. Straight through the middle. The goal umpire did not move.
Milestone man celebrates and looks like he's coming to the bench for a well-deserved spell.
There by Nathan Brown when the ball was in the air in the ruck contest. In the marking contest. Well, Pedersen there, play on, was playing for it. It's come to the hands of his teammate Lambton, whose left foot snap is true.
Here comes Paris Chong, gets a handball to Paris. Paris now to Wilson. Wilson has got numbers. He goes a handball and it'll come back to Paris. Paris then kicks it on to Wilson, who kept running, and he's got Eilert by himself forward. That's where he'll go now. Eilert will play on and go across goal into the corridor. Kick doesn't hit his target, but it's with Hooper. Hooper will stroll in for a certain goal, you would think, and it's straight over the umpire's head. Reduces the margin to just 9 points. 3-7-25, Nightcliff trailing Palmerston. 5-4-34. Didn't want to kick it, wanted to hand over to Mensch. Good option in the end. He gets inside 50. On the left, on the run towards goal. Umpire barely moved. What a goal that was from Baxter Mensch. And turns the tide again. Extends the lead to 9 points.
Play on is the call. Brown will set it up high to the contest up forward. Eilert came through, got his hands on it, couldn't get it cleanly. Comes over the top to Hartlett. Hartlett, though, back to Nyhouse. Now it's shrugging it off is Politis. Politis with the right foot. 15 metres out. All clear.
Businesses and councils to develop domestic violence action plans and building community capacity in establishing and supporting men and women in these areas. Back to the play, and Brody Philo, or is it Andrew Hooper, who's kicked the first goal of this final term. Put the Tigers in front, I think, for the first time today.
He picks out Wilson, who has a bounce. He's got to kick under pressure, and he does. Puts it up forward, looking for Hooper, who has 2. Comes down, if you like, to Paris Chong, who just guides it through. Tregoworth. Here they go again, Pints. This time it's looking better, and it's straight into the hands of Silver Yusuf. About him, named Quicksilver at the club. Silver Eustace comes in, makes no mistake, and puts the Green Ants' first goal on the board. From Trotter, he's too far out to score, you would think. He's going to have to put it on the boot in the front of the square, and he does. Yusuf presents himself, but it comes over the back and has landed in the hands of Ciavarella. Directly in front. He's only going to kick from, he might be 40. Directly in front. And I think he snuck that into to the left of the goalpost, and it's all clear. The youngster, he plays on, runs around his opponent, and from 50, it's a wobbly old kick that's going to drop short. Yaron is there to pick up the pieces. Left foot snap, goes at goal, and the skipper leads. Dives on his opponent's back. Trigo with advantage. Advantage paid. Picked up there. Up forward, it looks like McMahon. No, in fact, it is Ryan. And he just runs around and right foot snap, puts it through. And now he's told to play on. And he does. Oh, it's just dropped into the hands of Ciavarella, who just turns and goes at goals. And from 35 metres out, has put Pint 6th on the board. Foot race to the ball is Ted Castle. He gets around one, handballs back to Chiswell. Chiswell just takes 2 steps and with a little left foot kick, puts it through. Great arm wrestle. As Oborne's kick is wobbly, but I tell you what, I think it's done enough and it's gone through. Critical. The Green Machine's in front by a point for the first time tonight. Once again from the Green Ants. Oh, it's not a great kick. He waited for it, did Mullane. Not good. Comes out to Salmon. Salmon with a right foot snap. And I think Saints have just extended their lead by 6 points. Mitch Musgrove. Can he turn 7 points into 13? I think he has. Yes, directly in front. Makes no mistake. Marked by Ethan Smith. They're just getting it moved on now. They just don't, they can't, they know that the time is against them. Oh, the kick was intercepted. It's going to go back to Bo Tedcastle. He had a chance to play on and run on, but he didn't. He knows how much time is left. He's already kicked one in the second term. Can he kick a second in the fourth?
Looks good.
And he sure can.
The head, I think, and he'll take the free kick. He's called to play on and then gets tackled with the ball and gives away the free kick. Advantage being taken by Dion Munkara. Runs into the open goal unmanned, and all the Buffaloes can do is stand around and argue about it, but the first goal is on the board to Tui George. Under pressure, Pendlebury got his hands to the ball now. Hand passes off Jared Stokes with a snap at goal. Looks pretty good. It is good, and that's a terrific finish. And his kick is chopped off here by Rioli on the left foot, goes long towards goal. Looks pretty good. It is good. It's straight through. So an opportunist goal there for Braden Rioli. Is strong hands overhead. He wastes no time. Sees Holt Fitz in the pocket. That's a beautiful pass. Hand passes over the top. Easy as you like. Whelan on the goal line. And he just walks it through for another goal to Darwin. So Whelan doing the ruck work, hooks it back. Brodos runs onto it, picks it up nicely, gets a hand pass across to Pendlebury. Pendlebury out on the left foot, brings that one back nicely and through for a goal. Junior dives on it for 2. He works it forward, and that's good teamwork as Benell. Beautiful spearing pass inside, and they've opened it up here. They've got players ahead of the ball. Stanley Tipalura on the end. received it from Purantatameri, and Tipalura ran into the open goal by Lanyon. So Lanyon plays on quickly, finds Dunn. Dunn goes out wider again to Mikey Coombs in some space and time. He chips the ball into the goal square, and I think it's that man again in Stanley Tipalura, who was waiting on the goal line, uncontested, and just thumps through another goal. So goes short looking for Purantatameri. He gets on the end of it now on the bounce, kicks inside forward 50, finds Michael Dunn in some space. Dunn runs on, and he's kicked the goal for Tiwi. So from that spilt mark in, not much movement of the ball, but Holt Fitz with an opportunity, just swings around on his left foot, pulled that one back beautifully. He liked it from the time it came off the boot, and he knew exactly what he was doing, got the angles right. 50, the kick was good, and out in front of Pendlebury, who took it on the chest. Now he's got Holt Fitz in some space forward, and foot previously, this time on the right foot from out in front. No mistake, straight through the middle, knows what he's doing with those ones, and TIO NTFL Men's Premier League match. So Robinson just swings out, kicks long to the goal line. I think it's just got over the hands of the players on the goal line. It's 3-4, a goal to Robinson, and Darwin have finished this game.
That's one of their great assets, but they go forward. Over the back, can't take the mark. Front and square, kick on goal, and I reckon that's Ronald Fijo. And within about 20 seconds of the start of the game, if there is a breeze, it'll be at his back. Smith just crosses the paint of 50, works it back beautifully, and Districts on the board once again. The goal to Smith. Barry, left footer, runs around, kicks on goal. Dylan Barry's got the third one for Districts, and we are 5.5 minutes into the first term. Districts 3-1, Tars yet to score. Back by Charlie McAdam, son of Gilbert. Ball on the ground, in dispute, runs in, picks up, kicks on goal, and nails it. That's Brodie Carroll, the skipper. Wins it, knocks the ball forward, running hard at the foot.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back to TIO Stadium in beautiful Darwin for the third quarter of this round 13 TIO NTFL Women's Premier League game between Nightcliff and Wanderers. It is Nightcliff 5-6-36 leading Wanderers, just the 2 points at half-time, Stu, but Wanderers are certainly putting up a fight.
Yeah, they are, and you know, you would hope that it doesn't blow out in the second half and that they can keep that effort up and maybe get themselves a couple of goals on the board. Would be good for their confidence going forward for the rest of the year.
Yeah, that's right. Matisse Hunter's been fantastic for Nightcliff, kicking 2 goals, 2 to Megan Johnson and 1 to Tegan McWilliam so far as play gets back underway here for the third quarter.
So we had a quick hand pass out by Walravens as she was tackled, but that's an interesting looking hand pass. Play on's the call as Nightcliff bring it forward again, and just taking possession, ducking back around was McPhail. She kicks high towards half forward. The ball slips over the back, and just sweeping in there and picking up was Isabel Varney. Got the kick out of defence, looking for Mullaney out there, but she got bundled out of the way, and a quick kick forward, but again chopped off by Varney, who's done pretty well across half-back for Wanderers.
She has. She's been really good second quarter by Varney. Obviously the ball's been down in the Nightcliff attack a lot, so they've had to work hard. Eliza Morrison getting the handball away, but some great pressure there by Catherine Sutton of Wanderers.
So the thumping kick out of defence by Classet de Sarche gets it down to half forward for Wanderers. Ball at ground level. Reaching in and picking up was Benton, but she got caught with the ball as she tried to hand pass it forward. Now it's Nightcliff with the numbers in front, or Clark tried to hand pass over the top, but D'Souza got in the way, just chopped that one off. Clark's back in the action again. She gets tackled this time and the ball spills out, and another opportunity for Wanderers as they just try to force it out into some space. They managed to do that now. Reaching in and picking it up was Gilson. Got it over here to Tipalura, who hand passed forward, and now the swinging it back around as Chicane de Sarche got it into the danger area at the top of the goal square, but Nightcliff had the numbers there as coming in and putting pressure on again as Mullaney. Now she has a kick towards goal. It's bouncing. Sam Clark down there traps the ball, gets a kick as she's tackled, and now out of defence Sophia Politis. That's a good kick to the outer side of the ground, and it's Nightcliff working it round the outer side now, punched away from behind, and eventually boundary umpire Adrian Wellington says that's gone over, and it'll be a boundary throw in.
So a frenetic first 2 minutes of this third quarter, and it is down the Wanderers scoring end. Let's see if they can put some scoreboard pressure on and get their first goal in this quarter.
So from that boundary throw in, ball just gets trapped in, and we'll have a ball up just outside forward 50 for Wanderers at the airport end of the ground.
I went down at half-time, Stu, and I saw a couple of the Nightcliff girls. Eliza Morrison's got a busted lip, which I think she headbutted her teammate Megan Johnson, so they've been in the wars. Yeah,
well, a bit of friendly fire. I was talking to their team manager, Helen Brahm, and she tells me that Matisse Hunter's got a fine for punching her teammate in the mouth and making her come off with a blood rule. So
they've still got smiles on their faces. That's the main thing. As Nightcliff get the kick away towards the middle, but it hits the deck, and no one's managed to get possession of it yet. Wanderers trying to force that ball forward. Varney's in there. She had a great second quarter. Gets the handball over the top, looking for Schober, but no one wants to pick it up, Stu.
No, just plenty of spectators at the moment standing around as
yeah, we've got a player down behind play in the pack. I think that was Meg Pullinger from Wanderers. She's getting up slowly, so looks to be okay, and the umpire balls it up again.
She's in the action now, busting through. Does really well to half forward. Now kicks long down towards the goal square. The ball slips over the back. Nightcliff under pressure in defence as trying to work it out was Politis, and she does so eventually. Did really well in defence down there, and now it's brought out down to the centre square. Just taking the mark, running around was Landwehr, but her kick is chopped off in defence, and it's Wanderers with some numbers grandstand side as the ball just spills out here. Desarche swings around now and kicks long down the line, just gets it over the head of Hatzismalis down there, which is goes to Wanderers' advantage, and running inside forward 50 now is Chicane Desarche. She kicks to the top of the goal square, but it spills over the back. Politis is going to be first there for Nightcliff.
Great
she
pressure.
gets bundled over as she tried to get her kick out of defence. Plenty of pushing of players out of the way down there as Maloney gets a hand pass back inboard, but Morrison chops it off and clears it out of defensive 50 to the outer side of the ground. The ball bounces to Matisse Hunter, who picks up and gets around her opponent, kicks long down towards half forward from the marking contest down there. The opportunity in defence once again for Tadisha Bush, and she kicks it forward, but it's chopped off at ground level by Georgia Johnson, who picks up nicely and runs away. Kicks long towards half forward out there, but again Bush defensively chops it off and kicks the ball back into the centre of the ground. Just tapping it forward was Pullinger once again. No, it was forward in fact, and now it's Landwehr who kicks out wide, and she's got a player in some space out there as Hunter goes long inside forward 50, but Bush read it beautifully and just cut across the front there and chopped off, taking that mark.
Yeah, great defence by Bush. A couple of occasions there. The intensity in this quarter seems to have gone up, a bit of a level shoe.
It does, and now at ground level it's Hunter once again, kicks long inside forward 50, but Wanderers are set up behind the ball, and nicely marked back there by Schober, I think it is, who's been strong all day in defence. She kicks long here and the ball spills off hands, and Cardona just gets bundled over, but Wanderers still keep it moving forward until Christy Landwehr came in, pushed her opponent out the way, but her kick was smothered. Cardona in there at the bottom of the pack as there's a wrestle for the ball, and it's going to be a ball up.
Yeah, the Wanderers crowd just appealing for a free kick there, but as you said, Stu, it'll be a ball up. The ground's looking a bit choppy, a bit muddy down there. You can see how much rain we've had over the last few weeks with the monsoon, but holding up pretty well in most areas.
Just seems to be around the 50 at either end of the ground, doesn't it, on near the boundary lines. So don't know what sort of activity's been on there, but it's chopped up a bit. The rest of the ground looks pretty good. So it's a boundary throw in, and bursting through down there is Desarche, I think it is, for Wanderers. Ball spills out, she reaches in nicely, Classe Desarche, and eventually the ball spills over the boundary line, but really determined efforts there by Classe as she tried to work the ball forward for Wanderers, but got a stoppage and an opportunity to restart here.
Yeah, the 7.5 minute mark just ticking over as that ball is thrown in. Nightcliff winning the ruck tap, but it's going to fall over the back to Meg Pullinger from Wanderers, who gets the kick away to D'Souza, goes over the top. D'Souza tries to just tow it forward, but gets the handball away, and the ball's hit the deck once again. But Sam Clark showing her experience, picking that up, hitting her teammate Matisse Hunter on the chest.
Yeah, good use of the ball by Nightcliff coming out of defence, and she chips wider again to Georgia Johnson. She's got a running player out there in Bree Richards, who just couldn't hold the mark on that occasion, but now does the shepherding work for her teammate. But good pressure around the ball again by Wanderers as Jasmine Ford gets a kick off the ground, gets it down towards half forward, but working back was Georgia Johnson for Nightcliff, but her kick's going to drift over the boundary line on the bounce, and under the last touch rules in women's football, this will be a Wanderers free kick on the outer side of the ground, just in front of the old TIO scoreboard out there, and looks like Tiffany Parraman will take that free kick.
And yeah, as we said earlier, Tiffany's 100th Women's Premier League game, so fantastic effort by her. Gets the kick in, trying to hit a teammate. Varney is working hard against Hatzamalis there, who goes to ground, trying to get that handball out to Pullinger.
Pullinger swings around on the right foot, kicks inside forward 50, but strong in defence. The mark's taken by Taylor Kickett here. She chips laterally to Hatzamalis, who finds some space now, swings the ball to the grandstand side of the ground, but the bounce favoured Schober there, who runs forward, kicks inside forward 50. Pressure on D'Souza, saw the ball spill out, and Nightcliff bring it away again as the ball just drifts over the back, but Schober working back.
She's so casual, Stu. She gets the ball every time. She makes me laugh. That should be a free kick to Wanderers. Not paid there, held without it, but she's been really good today, Schober. But one thing Nightcliff do most times when they get it in defence, Stu, is switch it.
Yep.
To the other side, and Wanderers seem to catch on to that, and they've intercepted it. Play on is the call. She should have held on to that tackle there.
So Nightcliff now bringing it forward. The kick by Vlahovic is half smothered there as it spills out towards the boundary line. Just kicked around the boundary there to the advantage of her teammate Fijo, who got the hand pass inside. Cardona gets a scrubber of a kick forward, but Nightcliff again well organised in defence, get the kick out, but they've got no one to go to here as the ball gets into the centre of the ground, and it's Varney who kicks high inside forward 50. Cardona just couldn't hold on to the mark down there, but just forces the ball out into some space, but it was to Nightcliff's advantage, and Tegan McWilliam gets on the end of this and takes the mark. She's looking to move the ball on quickly as Nightcliff had the advantage with numbers, but working back hard again was Schober in defence, and Nightcliff now over the ball with Megan Johnson. She gets caught with the ball underneath her. I think she's going to be penalised here.
Yeah, well done.
Dragging it in.
Wanderers, and Nightcliff might be winning on the scoreboard, Stu, but they're not getting it all their own way, and Wanderers really putting the pressure on. In this third quarter, as I said, the intensity's lifted, and Tiffany Parraman will take that kick, but a good smother there by Nightcliff. They'll try and get it back.
So Parraman comes in to try to salvage something out of her kick that was smothered, and all she could manage was a ball up, which is a stoppage just short of the centre wing for Nightcliff as doing the ruck work there was Olivia Hatzimalis, got her fist to the ball, and now comes in, picks up, gets the hand pass to Morrison. Morrison swings on the left foot, kicks down inside forward 50, ball spills out the back, coming out strongly from defence once again for Wanderers was Bush. Tadisha Bush got the kick out, and now it's Pullinger again, but this time the kick's slews off the side of the boot, and it'll be the Nightcliff free kick here. And Dads was trying to get out of the way so that her teammate could take the free kick, but she's been called back in and she has to take it, and she kicks it along the wing, and that's a nice contested mark taken by Megan Johnson for Nightcliff. She kicks down towards the 50-metre line, but sitting herself nicely underneath this one was Lexi Cagney, took a nice mark on the chest, and now she's looking to bring the ball out of defence for Wanderers, goes towards the centre square, but Nightcliff had the numerical advantage there as the hand pass comes out towards Morrison. She just the ball slipped past her as Wanderers again working hard at ground level. It's Cardona this time, got the hand pass out to Gilson, who got bundled over as she hand pass. She's in there again, gets the hand pass backwards, and now chance for Mullaney, but her kick's smothered, and again it's a scramble for the ball in the pack, and Morrison gets wrapped up in the tackle as Megan Johnson got bundled over off the ball, appealing for a free kick, not seen by either of the umpires. And so it's just a ball up here as Hatzimalis again thumps it forward, but well read in defence once again by Cagney for Wanderers. She kicks down towards half forward to Sousa running out, just the ball, bounce of the ball just evaded her, and nicely tidied up in defence by Sam Clark, who got it out to Christy Landwehr. Landwehr goes long down towards centre half forward, but again Schober.
She just, like I said, looks so casual but takes those marks every time. She's been great in defence as Lexi Cagney again tries to pick it up. She's having a great third quarter. She's just a young player putting the pressure on Taylor Kickett there. Gets the handball away, and it's going to go back door as usual to Eliza Morrison, carrying the ball across to Sophie Hatzimalis, who's going to do the switch again, Stu, and get it across to the other side. Yeah,
they're pretty well drilled and well disciplined in that, getting the ball out into some space, and Christy Landwehr took that mark and now kicks down towards half forward as Taylor McPhail.
Great tackle.
Got the ball inboard, but yeah, as you said, a great tackle, and now again another good tackle at ground level. The ball slips out the back, and it's Landwehr who hands it off, and now long inside forward 50, a bit of a push there, I think was looked pretty obvious, unfortunately, for Ivana Shoba, and it's a Wanderers at Nightcliff free kick. In the forward line, Tegan McWilliam.
Yeah, Tegan's already kicked one today, and Ivana Shoba's been doing a great job in defence, and that ball going through for a goal. It's taken almost 15 minutes in this third quarter for a goal to be scored, but straight through the middle for Tegan McWilliam, Stu. Yeah,
that's right, and even if it fell short, there was only one person in the goal square as the kick was taken, and that was a Nightcliff player, so Wanderers had given up on that one, I think.
Yeah, the hands are on the hips there. Been really impressed with Teddy Bush's game in defence, though, this quarter. Outstanding in that tackle. She was sort of unlucky not to have that paid. I'm pretty sure she's a sister or cousin of Ashanti Bush, so you can see the natural football talent there, and she's a rugby player from the Nightcliff Dragons, which tells in the tackling style. But a goal to Nightcliff, the score now 6-6-42 to Wanderers, the two behinds at the 16-minute mark of the third quarter here at TIO Stadium in Darwin. You're watching AFLNT's coverage of the 2022-23 TIO NTFL season.
So that being the first goal of the quarter, there won't be too much more time in this third quarter, you wouldn't think, but it's Nightcliff who looking to bring it out of that stoppage, and again they go straight down the middle of the ground, but again beautifully read in defence by Ivana Shoba, and she takes another mark in defence, runs away to the grandstand side, kicks long, gets it over Morrison, and the siren sounds to end the third quarter, and was a pretty willing contest in that third quarter. Not much scoring, but Wanderers players really having a crack, Liz.
Yeah, well, Nightcliff have scored 3 goals in the first quarter, 2 goals in the second quarter, and just the 1 in the third quarter. So, as a coach, you'd be happy with Wanderers' defence. Nevertheless, the score is 40 points, 40-point margin going into the 3-quarter time break. We'll be back for the final quarter after this short break.
Wow, what a goal to start the game. Beautiful. Goes for home and has nailed an absolute ripstorter. From the pocket, and he's kicked an absolute ripper.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium for the final quarter of this round 13 TIO NTFL Women's Premier League game between Nightcliff and Wanderers. It is Nightcliff 6-6-42, leading Wanderers just the 2 behinds, but as we've said the last few quarters, Stu, Wanderers certainly putting up a fight, Nightcliff not getting it all their own way.
Yeah, really some encouraging signs for Wanderers. Be nice if I could hit the scoreboard a bit more, but we'll see what we get out of this last quarter as the ball goes up, and Olivia Hatzismalis has dominated in the ruck, wins that hit out, but only as far down there as Maloney, who's in the centre of the ground, does well to get the kick forward. Hand pass comes inboard, but just misses the target, and Eliza Morrison tidies up for Nightcliff, kicks it back straight down the centre of the ground, and Tegan McWilliam takes the mark. She plays on straight away, looking down there for Courtney Bateman, but the ball just slips through her hands and out the back, and now a quick kick forward by Georgia Hajdik. But Morrison again at the end of it gets a kick forward as she's tackled, and Nightcliff work it inside forward 50 now with the kick, but again strong in defence is Tadisha Bush, and she clears outside of defensive 50, and Georgia Hajdik takes that mark just outside defensive 50, kicks inside the corridor now where she's got a spare player here, and that's Tipalura, who marks at back end of the centre square. She's looking to go wide to Cardona there, got the hand pass out, and now swooping in is Fajo for Wanderers, gets a kick into the centre of the ground, but Morrison tidies up, and she sees a player in some space, and Georgia Johnson takes the mark, plays on straight away, kicks inside forward 50, and Matisse Hunter takes a good mark in the hands, just running back with the flight of the ball, and she'll take the kick from about 45 metres out on a bit of an angle, but looking to kick it to the top of the goal square here. The ball floats in, Bush works her way to the front of the pack, and just controls it in front of her, and then paddles it out between her legs basically.
Tunnel ball. Varney trying to pick it up there. It's going to go back inboard. Really dangerous here. Eliza Morrison's looking to pounce on that. Handball back out to Matisse Hunter. Throws it on the boot, but that's going to go through for a behind. But looking dangerous early, Nightcliff. But again, Tadisha Bush just has the ability to get in front of her player, and as a fullback, it's exceptional.
So that one bounced into the behind post, so it'll be a boundary throw in, and a really dangerous area here for Wanderers defence. Just
free kick by the looks. No, another one. Reset.
Just trying to sort out who's doing the ruck work down there. It's, Ivana Shoba just stands with hands on hips and waiting to get involved in the ruck contest, and the ball comes over the back. Shoba at ground level now, just getting plenty of opposition down there as the ball's hacked out of defence by Maloney. Gets it outside of defensive 50, running onto it strongly was Cassandra Reeve. She got caught in the tackle and the ball spilled out. Play on's the call as Cagney gets a hand pass forward at ground level. Morrison gets caught with the ball, paddles it out eventually, and quick kick forward by Hannah Garland gets it inside forward 50, but Maloney again for Wanderers clears it out of defence and gets it a long way down the centre wing. Running back with the ball is Taylor Kickett, does well to swing back inboard and get the hand pass across to Georgia Johnson, who kicks into the corridor, but Wanderers have got numbers down there as the defensive kick comes out by Tipalura, but only as far once again as Georgia Johnson. And Johnson looks to switch to the outer side of the ground where she's got Landwehr out there. Picks up and gets a hand pass forward as she's tackled. Working back was Tipalura, but it's Nightcliff who managed to clear the ball forward, and Tegan McWilliam on the outer side takes the mark, kicks inside forward 50, but again Bush works her way to the front, takes a nice mark and just careers off straight down the middle of the ground, but it's all Nightcliff there as Georgia Johnson once again gets a kick out wide. McWilliam swings back trying to evade her opponent, gets a hand pass forward, then tidies up her own work and runs away into some space, has a bounce, kicks it long inside forward 50, but great defensive work once again down there by Varney. Just got her hand to the ball and then unfortunately got caught with the ball as she She did the follow-up work, and Megan Johnson will take the free kick for Nightcliff in the left forward pocket.
So a pretty tough angle to kick a goal from. She'll probably look to centre that or see if someone can provide a lead. Matisse Hunter sort of working now for a lead, but there's a loose player. They're all going to go for it. And the ball hits the deck. I think it was Mulaney with the spoil, and I think she's going to get a free kick.
She is. She's looking to run on straight away, but the umpire's going to make her come back over the mark. And yeah, she's just improved as the game's gone on, hasn't she?
She has. She's got the ability. I watched, it was an Australia Day game last year or the year before. She got the medal, the Foundation Cup medal at Gardens for her team. So, yeah, she's definitely got a good ability. The ball scooped out again by Wanderers, but Nightcliff pouncing on it, and Christy Landwehr, I think that's how you say her last name. I was just writing her down in my best today. She's really come into the game in the second half.
Now she's got a shot towards goal. It goes right into the goal square. Oh, the mark almost taken, but good awareness to recover. And that was Courtney Bateman down there in the goal square for Nightcliff. Got her hands to the ball in the first instance. Was under plenty of physical pressure from Teddy Bush, but ball spilt to the ground, and she recovered well, got the kick off the ground, and kicks her first goal. Yeah,
well, she's only their fourth goal kicker today, Stu. Tegan McWilliam, Matisse Hunter and Megan Johnson have all kicked 2. So Courtney Bateman with a single there to make it 7 goals to Nightcliff. 7-6-48 to Wanderers, just the 2 behind. So 6.5 minute mark of the final quarter here at TIO Stadium.
So obviously this will be a Nightcliff win, and I think that'll give them 5 or 6 wins on the trot. They've had some good wins coming in to the Christmas break, beat Buffaloes, and also had a 1-point win over Waratah at Gardens Oval. So they've hit some form at the right time of the year. Yeah, and their leading goal kicker, Cassie McWilliam, is not playing today. And DJ Greenoff, who's also in the MT rep squad, and Emma Clifton. So they've got a really good coaching crew around them. Shannon Miller, Alistair Scott, Shawnee Kavanagh and the likes. So they've got a good team behind them there at Nightcliff. Yeah, and you can see that they were well drilled, well structured, and as the kick comes inside forward 50, this time the mark's spilt by Hunter, and she's swung in the tackle. Oh, she's going to get the free kick for a sling tackle, which is perhaps a little bit fortunate, but she'll take that kick half forward with Tiffany Parraman standing the mark right on the 50-metre line. Johnson providing a lead, but not giving it to her. There's a pack of players. Bush gets a hand to it, but it goes over the back, but Wanderers mop it up, and they'll get that kick away across the 50-metre zone. So, again, running in support, and the kick comes inside forward 50, slips over the back this time, and running out of defence once again was Varney, but this time the kick's going to roll over the boundary line, and that'll be a Nightcliff free kick. Yep, and, Nightcliff player thinks she's going to go up for the ruck, but her teammate telling her that's a free kick to you, Hannah Wall-Ravens. So Hannah's first game today, come up from South Melbourne districts, I believe, in the amateurs in Melbourne, putting that kick in, but it's going to go only as far as Shoba. Shoba once again. She reads the ball well in defence, doesn't she? And I'm pretty sure she's a good netballer, Stu. I think. Well, she's got good hands. Lovely hands, I could imagine that. Just like Sophie Hatzamalis, another A-grade netballer who reads the ball beautifully. So at ground level, the kick comes in, bounces right on the boundary line, but it'll make no difference because it was kicked forward there by Scarlett Young, as got tackled as she tried to kick the ball, and it's Shoba looking pretty disinterested. Looking for an option, and Herrera, who was outstanding in fullback earlier in the game. She's a safe pair of hands there, playing on quickly, trying to get it to Cagney, but it goes over the top. Bauer manages to push it forward and almost around her back, but can't quite get possession of the ball. Cagney goes in and gets a big hip and shoulder, and the ball's going to come loose right in front of the grandstand here. So that was kicked off the ground, and I think we might have a boundary throw in this time. Bit of confusion over whose was the last touch. No, it's going to go Wanderers' way. I think we need the replay on that one. And but Gilson,
I think the umpire. I thought it came off Gilson, but anyway.
Yeah, not sure what that's all about.
Umpires are going to have a chat, but it's just coming up to the 10-minute mark of this final quarter, and it's been a pretty good display of footy by Nightcliff today. They have got a few players out. I don't think they're really hitting their straps today, Stu. So, yeah, they've got a big couple of weeks coming up before finals.
Yeah, that's right, but they'll be happy to take the points and move forward towards finals. As we said, they're on a bit of a winning streak at the moment, so the ball spills out and now is forced over the boundary line.
Yeah, really high quality women's football competition this year. You know that everyone's had a loss. So Pint won 11 in a row and went down to St Mary's. St Mary's won 8 in a row and now went down to Buffs, and Waratah and Pints play today in first versus second. So, and yeah, obviously Nightcliff up there as well at the top of the table. So it's great.
It is. It's a terrific competition at the moment, and it's going to be really important, the placings going into the finals for the chances at the premiership, as Wanderers bring it down towards half forward now. Some good work to get the hand pass out the back there by Walravens, but the kick forward is chopped off by Janae Tipalura. She plays on quickly down towards half forward, but just misses the target there, and Nightcliff bring it out of defence again, and the mark's spilt there, but applying the pressure was Parriman, but Morrison came in to assist, gets the kick out wide, and now she's got Georgia Johnson in plenty of space on the outer side of the centre square there. She tries to run back inboard, runs herself into some trouble there, and she's going to get a free kick for a leg chop there, which is was just an attempt to smother the ball, I would have thought, but anyway, she'll take the free kick and now kicks inside forward 50 from the marking contest. Again, it's Hunter. Oh, she's got a player all by herself in the goal square down here, but the ball just keeps running away from her, and some support comes in. Hand pass comes across, and through for a goal to Bree Richards in the end. So the Nightcliff players just ran harder forward and got some numbers there, but some good vision from Matisse Hunter, but just the ball just kept running away from Megan Johnson down there.
Yeah, and good teamwork, unselfish there by Megan Johnson. She probably could have run in and kicked that goal for her third, but she gave the hands away to Bree Richards to kick a goal. The forward line coach, Shawnee Kavanagh, would be pretty happy with that. I said I'd give him a shout out, so there you go, Shawnee. So Nightcliff now 8-6-54, leading Wanderers just the two behinds, 12.5 minute mark of the final quarter. Big game coming up next, Stu. St Mary's and Darwin Buffaloes in the men on AFL NTV. So I'm going to sit back and watch more footy for the afternoon. We've had a few weeks off.
Yeah, it's a crucial game, third against fourth. As again, in the men's competition, it's pretty even, and the teams juggle for positions heading towards finals. But we've got a game in front of us at the moment as Nightcliff go inside forward 50 once again, and picked up down there by Richards. The last goal kicker gets a kick forward, but Desace out of defence once again kicks long down towards the centre square. There's plenty of Wanderers players down there as the ball's paddled out, and now just trying to run forward was Chicane Desace. She got caught with the ball. Play on's the call as it spills forward of centre now for Wanderers, but coming in down there was Hannah Gale, and she got a kick forward, got some pretty heavy contact as she kicked the ball, and that was deemed to be illegal, and it'll be a downfield free kick, and it'll be Bree Richards who'll take that free kick.
Yeah, Bree kicked the last goal for Nightcliff. She's going to try and get it in there for one more quick goal, hopefully before the siren for her team. It misses everyone, and Matisse Hunter just pushes it forwards. Teddy Bush comes out, but hits the ground, and Johnson again tries to get it, but Teddy Bush with a great tackle. Matisse Hunter snaps and just misses.
It kept coming back, but didn't have enough room to go to come back far enough, so through for a behind for Nightcliff as we head towards the time on period in this last quarter. A couple of goals scored. We'll have a little bit of time yet as Desace looking around now runs out of defensive square. That's not her best kick as it slews towards the boundary line. That's going to go over the line. It'll be a Nightcliff free kick just outside of defensive 50 here.
Matisse Hunter walking straight over
Yeah.
to take it.
Not sure she was the closest player when it went out.
She wanted it. So she's looking now for options. She's got a couple of leads, and looks like Bree Richards is one of them, but Wanderers really filling up the hole.
So she kicks it inboard instead, and Parriman there got her hands to the ball, couldn't take the mark. She's got it caught underneath her now, and it'll be a ball up about 35 metres out from the Nightcliff goal at the airport end of the ground as we enter time on in the final quarter from that stoppage.
Herrera trying to get it out there for Wanderers, but just pulling it back in. Both teams, it spills out the back. Morrison hits the deck, and now everyone's hitting the deck. Hunter's down there as well. Little kick out, but picked up by Tipalura. She's going to try and run it out, but gets tackled by Hunter, and Shoba finally gets a kick out over the top. Bauer putting the pressure on there to try and get the ball, but it is that girl again, Landwehr, but she's had a fantastic second half for the Nightcliff Tigers.
She has. She's given them an option, a get-out option basically all day, and been in the right positions, and a really disciplined game, I thought.
She's reminded me a bit of Gemma Iacono. She, picks that ball off as the opposition are bringing it out of defence and just puts it back in towards her team's attack.
So on the outer side of the ground, it might be Hannah Garland that's got the mark out there. Kick just slides off the side of the boot a bit and falls into the hands of Lexi Cagney, and she plays on straight away as clearing kick just falls into the lap there of Gunther Oliver, but she couldn't take the mark. She's still working hard at ground level. Morrison comes in to assist, gets the hand pass out. There's a Nightcliff player down on the ground, and that was...
She's not getting up. I think she grabbed her knee, so hopefully not a serious injury, but the ball's right near her. The umpire just needs to hold it up for a minute here, and she will. And she can't get up, so hopefully nothing too serious there. Nearly the 17-minute mark of this final quarter here at TIO Stadium, and our amazing sports trainers out there helping each other. Danny Taylor looks like they're from Nightcliff. She's a fantastic volunteer, and they're going to take her off via the closest point, and that's Hannah Garland for Nightcliff. That's
it was just as she kicked that ball from the mark that she took that she's on her feet at least and flexing the knee, so hopefully nothing too bad there. Wanderers decide not to go over her head, which they look like doing initially, but Morrison swings around now, swings onto the left foot, kicks inside, forward 50, trapped in there, and the hand pass comes across. Matisse Hunter once again has a shot at goal. Looks like a pretty good finish from 25 out directly in front, and good teamwork once again from Nightcliff. Bree Richards got the hand pass across, and Hunter kicked, her third goal?
She kicked too early, and then she's had a couple of shots and missed. Not necessarily easy shots. She likes to swing them on the boot and have a shot. So she's probably had about 5 or 6 shots on goal today, and a 3-goal return is pretty good. The score now 9-7-61. Nightcliff leading Wanderers, just the 2 behinds. Have been unable to get that goal on the board today so far, Wanderers, but Matisse Hunter, that certainly stamps her in the best for the Tigers today.
Yeah, she's been prominent up forward all day, and has moved well, had plenty of the football, and been a real headache for the Wanderers defence, who have worked really hard all day, but from the restart, just moments remaining in this game now, you would think, as at ground level hand pass comes out, but straight into the hands of Morrison. Morrison looking to go wide again. The ball slips through the hands of Bree Richards out there. She recovers, gets a hand pass out as she's tackled. Quick kick comes across to towards centre half forward, and there she is, Christy Landwehr once again, and now she's got a player forward of her. That's a nice pass, and Tegan McWilliam got herself into some space, and she's marked about 30 out directly in front.
Well, Cassie McWilliam is Nightcliff's leading goal kicker. They'd have to be sisters, you would think. Stu, she hasn't quite got onto that, but touched through for behind, and Teddy Bush will bring that in again as we heading to the 19.5-minute mark of this final quarter. But Nearly finished, but Landwehr has been outstanding in the second half, Stu.
Yeah.
There she is again.
Terrific. And yeah, well, she's looking to do the shepherding this time, but then gets involved and
The white boots help. I like can find her easily on the ground. Her and Eliza Morrison in the white boots. But Nightcliff, another inside entry, and Bree
great mark.
Richards has marked it again.
Yeah, Tegan McWilliam again with the forward entry there. That was a great kick into the danger area in the corridor, and the siren goes, and Bree Richards will have a kick after the siren, but the result hasn't been in doubt from early in the game, but it's been entertaining, and Wanderers have had a crack as the kick is on the way, just floats across to the left-hand side and just misses. So behind to Nightcliff to finish the game, Liz.
Yeah, 3 goals to Nightcliff in the final quarter. The score 9-9-63. Nightcliff defeating Wanderers 2 behinds here at TIO Stadium. Best for me today, Eliza Morrison, Matisse Hunter, Sophie Hatzamalis and Christy Landwehr for Nightcliff, and probably Ivana Schober, Teddy Bush, Olympia Mullaney and Isabel Varney for Wanderers too.
Yeah, and Lexi Cagney had some good moments as well.
Yep.
So, a convincing win for Nightcliff in the end, and they roll on towards what looks like an inevitable finals spot for them, and Wanderers just have to keep working for the rest of the year.
Well, thanks for joining me today, Stu. It's been great fun in the box as always. My name's Liz Cruz, and stay tuned as the men's Premier League game, Darwin Buffaloes and St Mary's, are coming up next here at TIO Stadium in Darwin, broadcast live to the NT News.